Hey guys, Dave and Len here. This is Wargame Chat number 13, I believe. And this one we're going to talk about the different projects we're working on at this time. You want to go first, Len?
Well, I'm getting ready for AirCon. This is Pete's convention. It's usually in the Milwaukee area. It's June 12th. The location is not definite yet, and it may not even be June 12th. He's trying to get it, run it in some game stores. And it's where we convene to play air combat games. So, and I have an air war system that I'm working on and experimenting with. And
is this Jet Ace you're using or something new?
Yeah, it's based on Jet Ace. I'm trying to. What I did is I took Jet Ace and tried to make a simpler version of it. And this is the World War II era version of Jet Ace. In fact, the first module will be covers the Korean War and also some what if World War II, post World War II, like if the Third Reich lasted a little longer. Yeah.
What was the Jet Ace, the other one you had? I have the second one that was in the red folder.
Gallant Few. That was
the Gallant Few, yeah.
Battle Britain. And these are from I-95.
Hold them up so you can see.
Yeah. This is a B-32 Dominator. It was a contemporary of the B-29. It was built in case the B-29 didn't work out. And it was operational for 8 months. They gave it to the 5th Air Force so they could, because he wanted B-29, but they wouldn't give him. But this was like close enough in performance, bomb load, and range. But it was only operational for 8 months, so there are no surviving examples of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and this is a DO 335 Aero. It's a German twin-engine fighter aircraft. Thing is, the engines are in lines. They're front and back. Instead of, it's a twin engine, but instead of having two of them.
Looks like it's got a propeller on the front.
It does.
Interesting.
Not a jet. It's a propeller.
Oh, okay, so it's got two. I gotcha. Was it fast or something?
Yeah. It's the fastest piston engine. Actually, it wasn't operational, but Pierre Klosterman, a reporter, his Tempest Squadron saw one. And the German pilot just opened the throttle and just pulled away. And the Tempests were fast aircraft. So if the war had lasted a little longer, they would have been in trouble. And I'm trying to have a scenario with P-47Ns because people usually don't fly P-47s of any mark. They're forgotten aircraft. And the N was operational like in the last month in both Europe and the Pacific. They actually shut down a few planes. Post-war, they tended to base them in Europe. And it had the range comparable to a P-51. But during the Korean War, they were going... some thought was given about sending them to Korea, but they decided that it would... logistically, it would be too much of a problem. They already had P-51s. And I brought this for the fun of it. This is an SM-79. It was a Italian medium bomber. It's in the colors of nationalist Spain. The problem I'm having is I'm tired of working on miniatures. I am trying to put them on stands and the planes are constantly falling off. So it's like I'm rethinking maybe I won't do these scenarios. I'll do something where I can use...
well, you can leave them off the stands and just do the scenario. I mean, they don't have to be on the stands, really, do they?
Yeah, I don't know how I would do it off the stands. So I'm finding miniatures too much work nowadays, and with the if I do with the counters, I can borrow counters from Air Force Dauntless, and that would suffice for it because I got still redo the air control boards, and I have a better idea how to do it, but I was having so many problems with miniatures this week. And I still got 2 more weeks to get ready for this. So, what are you working on?
I'm working on a new video game. It's called Orc Raid. It's loosely based on Goblin from Dwarf Star Games. Basically, I did a review of Goblin, and all the things that I thought were wrong with it and things that could be improved will be in this game. There's a bunch of other stuff added too. One of the good things about video games is when you play a hex and shit game, really you just have 2 steps on the counter unless you have like a second counter come in. So if you have like 4 steps, you swap out counters and stuff, and it's kind of a headache. Whereas you do it on the computer, you can have as many steps per counter as you want. You just change the face of the counter whenever it takes a loss. So some of the units will have 5 steps, some will have 4, some will have 3, some will have 2, some will have 1. Mm-hmm. The goblins, they have different goblin, or not goblins, I mean orcs, they have different orc raiding parties of different sizes. Some are of 3 steps, some of 4, some of 5. And then they have a troll unit too, and the troll unit, if it loses a step each turn, it will roll to see if it gets its step back, because it's got like regeneration. And then the humans, they have an archer unit, and they also have mounted knights, men at arms, and townsfolk and villagers who fight to protect their towns and stuff. Created the map for it already. I'll display it on the screen. I also created all the counters. I'll display that too. I took my hex engine that I had written in JavaScript, and I've converted it to C# in the Monogame framework. So I'm going to be adding a lot of new stuff to that to make it a better engine and to allow the game to do a lot more than Survival on a Forgotten World could do.
Okay.
I'll probably be selling it on Twitch, or not Twitch, Itch when it's done, itch.io. It's basically a indie video game website where people make indie video games and post them on there. Some of them are for free, some of them recommend a donation, but you don't have to, and other ones you actually have to pay for. So I'm only going to charge a few bucks for it, no more than $5, but so far it's been pretty fun to do. And I'm like I said, I'm adding to the engine and stuff. The engine will be reusable, so the next Monogame war game I do will take a lot less time to do. The JavaScript game I did has reduced a lot of work for this too, because I got to reuse, re-implement its engine in C#. So, but you up to anything else?
Yeah, like I said, I'm focused. I did do some scenarios for test play my Wilderness Adventure system, and I'm going through the basic game because there's going to be like a basic game, and I'll sell a scenario that all I need is to get someone to do, copy my map in a more professional manner to make it look better, and then I can add the advanced game, and also there's a role-playing version of it. Since I got the combat system, I could start with role-playing systems. So
that's cool.
So.
As far as me, what else am I working on? I got a second YouTube channel I started called Computer Hobbyist. It's had like practically no views so far. That's basically a channel I'm making. It's for people who make either homemade video games or homemade apps or whatever. A computer hobbyist is someone who spends 10 or more hours a month writing code for apps or video games or websites or whatever. So yeah, there's not much content on right now, and like basically no one's looking at it, but who knows, maybe in the future I'll get more viewers or something. But yeah, that's what I'm working on now.
Yeah, I was thinking I gotta get my historical channel on YouTube. The problem is I can't think of a good name for it. Anything interesting has been taken, and I don't know what to call it. Can't call myself the cynical historian. Someone else has got that.
Someone's actually called that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because he didn't want people to know who he really was at the beginning. And
yeah, you'll think of a name eventually.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, I figure one night I'm going to wake up, oh, that's a great name. So, History Woodland, I don't know, it just seems so bland.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a name for that hex game engine I'm developing, because I'm going to put it up for sale after it's done. So I got to think of a cool name for it. I'm not sure what yet.
Yeah, because I got about 4 or 5 scripts left over from. I did some of these lectures at Little Wars. I think a couple I haven't had a chance to, because I started getting too busy playing games. Since only a couple people ever show up for these things, and they're always put somewheres far away from the main action. Yeah. Now, supposedly they need historians so they can claim they're non-profit because we're doing history stuff.
Mm.
But we tend to not get much respect. So.
Gotcha. All right, guys, that's all we have for this week. We'll have something new for you in 2 weeks. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to a convention over the weekend. It's called War Chest. It's on Friday and Saturday, where wargamers bring whatever they're selling. And it's kind of like a garage sale for wargamers. They haven't had it in like at least 5 years, so I'm looking forward to going to that and getting some new stuff. Are you going?
No, because I got to work on aircon.
I got you.
I've had so many problems this week with the miniatures, and I still haven't got the aircraft controls. And also, because I'm having problems with the miniatures, I may do a different scenario, maybe a World War II scenario. So,
I gotcha.
So instead of this stuff.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and see ya.
All right.